it's Sam. So today I am going to be showing you guys how I like to use the Beachwaver B1 rotating curling iron. So what makes this different from normal curling irons is that it has a very tiny little clasp here. So right here, that's the, oh, it's trying to focus on my face. This is the only section that your hair is going to be clamped into versus like your normal curling iron, which is, you know, usually like 3/4 of the way. And then what also is different about this is that it actually, let me just turn it on. It rotates all by itself. So you press this little button here and then it does all of the rotating for you so that you don't have to like twist your wrist, and it basically just goes backwards or forwards, and then I'll show you how you use it, but you put in your hair and then you press the button and it just goes and then it curls up. So it's kind of a handy little tool if you're like, you know what, I don't want to twist my wrist. I don't want to work at all while curling my hair. Then this is really cool. What I like about it also is that you have way less clamp to make those clamp dents into your hair. So you know how sometimes when you're curling your hair, you can get like a little dent or like a line where your hair has been in the clamp? Because this is so little, hardly any of your hair is actually in the clamp, so you really don't get those clamp lines, and those are really annoying. They're one of my biggest pet peeves. So I feel like if that's something that happens to you a lot and you're like, oh my god, that's so annoying, like how do I stop that? This is something that is not going to give you those clamp lines because there's hardly any clamp. But it's easier to use than a wand because it's still grasping a little bit of hair, and so you're not having to like worry about holding the thing all awkwardly, you know, with the ones that don't have a clamp. Those can be a little challenging. So this does have a little bit of a learning curve at first because you have to remember like which way it turns. Like, am I going backwards? Am I going forwards? And you'll see in the video, I still kind of get it like a little bit messed up sometimes. But once you get the hang of it and you realize like where to start, because at first I'm so used to starting at the base and then going down. With this one, you're gonna start at the end and then rotate up. So it's kind of confusing at first because I was so used to just always starting at the top and then going down. This one, you're doing the opposite. So that's a little bit of a learning curve. But once you figure out like, oh, I'm not using my regular curling iron, then it gets really easy from there. So it's just like the first couple curls, you're like, oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, now I remember. And then it's like, oh, piece of cake. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I got, hold on, let me just rotate it back so I can set it. It does have this little, you know, stand here to where you can rest it without burning your counter, and it only rotates when the actual thing is on. When I first got it, I plugged it in and I was like trying to rotate it and I was like, oh, it's not working, what's happening? You have to actually have the heat on in order for it to rotate, so just keep that in mind. So today I've created this, I don't know what to call it, baby spice. This is like my babies. This is what I do when I've either jacked up a piece at the front, because sometimes that happens, or my hair is oily, so it's like second day. Today, when did I wash my hair? Today is second day hair. Yes, I washed my hair yesterday. So this is second day hair. So it's when I don't want to have to put dry shampoo in, but I don't want to like wear it down. Then I do this because my hair's not quite greasy yet, but it's also not freshly like volumized and clean. And then I can pull it up. It gives me a good eye lift, and my curls are gonna last for a good couple days now, so that tomorrow I can do some dry shampoo, and then the third or the fourth day I can do some, well, I probably won't even need to by then. But now I've got some curls in there for a good couple more days without having to wash my hair. So I'm gonna be showing you guys how I get this look and how to use, or how I like to use, the Beachwaver B1 rotating curling iron. So, and also like how cute is the packaging? It's like an ombre purple to pink. It's really, really cute. And this is a 1-inch curling iron, I believe. Pretty sure it looks like a 1-inch. So I will leave it linked down below. So a huge thank you to Beachwaver for partnering up with me for this video. And I do have another video showing their waver, which I will link down below because they've got some really great products. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's at Sam Schuerman. I also have a home Sam Schuerman, or what am I saying? Instagram home account at samschuerman.home. So be sure to go and check that out as well. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush my, I have a tangle. You know what's so funny? It's like when I was younger, my hair never used to get tangly. Like it just didn't. I don't know if it's because the texture of my hair was different or what, but I never used to get tangles. Then I had kids. I hate the sound of tangles too. creeps me out. Like when you're brushing your hair and you can hear the tangles. Oh, just makes me sad. I'm just gonna split my hair into two. And then we are just gonna start up here at this top section. There is a bit of a learning curve to this, guys. Because it has this tiny little clasp right here, you're just going to get that right there and then, oh, wrong way. I always forget which way it is. There we go. You just turn it. It just turns all by itself. And then I kind of just bring it down a little and then, I'm so used to just turning it. And then you just release. So this is going to give you slightly curlier curls because obviously it's a tighter barrel. So again, we're just going to go about 2 inches from the bottom, and then you just press the button and it just twists up. You just want to make sure you don't twist too close up to the scalp. Obviously once you start to get up closer to the scalp, be cautious so that you're not like scooping it all the way and then burning yourself. Then I'm just gonna release and voila! So there's a bit of a learning curve. At first I was like, what am I doing? Because sometimes I like accidentally will press the reverse. Like, am I gonna do it? No, I did it. But it is quite handy because it just rotates all by itself. Then of course you can just, you know, if you need to add a little bit more hair, then you can just tap that little clasp and then you can scooch it up a little bit. But it does make it quite handy if you can just figure out which way to push it. Because I would always go in reverse and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? I've actually never tried curling it in reverse. I wonder what that would do. And this does heat up really nice and fast as well. So the heat is good. It's very consistent. It's quick. I hate when you have to wait like too long for a curling iron to heat up. That's just annoying. Wait, hold on. I got to reverse. I'm gonna take this part out because that's not gonna be in there. Here we go. So you can see it's fairly easy. I have close to my tooth. Do you see that? Yesterday, I was driving around in my car. My whole entire lip liner was like, what's going on here? Was bleeding down my lip. I'm like, oh cool. Literally been driving. I don't know why that happens to me. It's really annoying. So I'm gonna actually curl this up. I'm starting with it a little higher just because I have that little piece that's shorter. So I'm basically just tapping this to pull it down like this, and then you can go back up. I just wanted to get that little short piece in there. And I have this on the second setting as far as the heat goes. Again, I'm gonna go halfway up with this one because I have a short piece. And then I'm gonna tap, 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 scooch up, tap, 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 scooch up. So that it gets the whole thing. So you can see it definitely gives you some tighter curls. I think this is just a 1-inch barrel. Don't mind my dogs. So much to say. So much to say, little doggies. I have Kaleo, Can't Go On Without You. Do you guys love that song? Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. It's so good. It's so sad if you listen to the words. Poor little guy. I did. So now I'm just going to do the exact same thing on this side. What I do like about this is because the clamp is so short, you know how sometimes you can get those like clamp marks with like regular curling irons? You don't get that with these because the clamp is so tiny. You're hardly having any of your hair in the actual clamp. So that is nice if you are finding that you're like constantly having like clamp marks where it's like a little ridge of like a dent in your hair where you've curled it. Then you might want to try this one because it does make it so that that doesn't happen with this, just because it's so tiny. The clamp is so little. Okay, so now that it's all curled, I'm just gonna put some of this Gissu honey infused hair oil in. Oh, that didn't get any. So I'm just gonna do 1 drop of that, and I like to rub it in my hands first. And then I basically just start brushing out the curls. And then I'm gonna get this little Beachwaver brush. It's like a bristle brush. And I'm just going to brush out the waves. See how it's like makes them sit? It's so pretty when you brush them out with this brush. It kind of gives like that old Hollywood look to it. Okay, so that's what the waves look like all down. I'm gonna pull some of it up, and actually a lot of you guys have been asking about this tutorial, so I might as well do it. So this is the Scoonchy Ponytail 300 pieces. I like to get the biggest ones. Otherwise they snap, which is really annoying. And I like to kind of stretch them out because they come a little stiff at first. I just go right to where my ear is and I go completely like straight up. So that, well, I just messed that up. There we go. So that all of that is staying behind. And then all of this is going to be pulled up. So I make sure that this is all in the back so that I'm not catching it. And I just pull it like straight up. Gives you a good eye lift as well. And then I just use these little scrunchies to make a nice little high ponytail. And they're clear, and then I just secure it like that. And then it gives you a little bit of extra body right there. And see how like this eye is so much more lifted? It makes it so good. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. So I'm gonna go right like from here, right at the tip, like the base of your ear. And you're just gonna go directly up, pull all of that hair down, make sure it matches up with that. Then you're just gonna pull this up, make sure that it's nice and tight. And smooth. And then I'm gonna get my scrunchie. I don't know what's happening with this light right now. So I'm gonna make sure that all of this is pulled to the side. Then I can focus on getting it without any of the back hairs caught. Get down there, you loser. And then again, pull it nice and tight. And that is the finished look. So you can see how pretty those curls are that you get. And of course, if you wanted to make your hair really big, then I would add like a texturizing spray. I'm not going to today because I want to keep my hair looking like shiny and silky versus like full of product. But if you wanted to like make this really, really big, then I would recommend the Unite Texture Dust. This is a great one to do on like your second day or your third day if your hair's a little greasy. You know, add some curls and then do these little scrunchies. It's also really great if you need a little eye lift. That works well. But yeah, I hope you guys found that helpful. And if you want it to be less curly, just give it another brush and then kind of smooth it out with your hands. And then to turn this off, you just hold this button down and you can see the lights are not shining anymore on it. So you know it's off, but when it's on, depending on which one it's on, that's the lowest setting, that's the middle setting, and that's the highest. I always go to the middle setting. And then you can always, to store it, just twist it back around and it has that little thing and you can set it down and you're good to go. So that's how I use the Beachwaver. I found that this is the way that works the most easy and convenient for me. And I do love how it gives you like those little slightly tighter curls. If you really want this to like last for a few days, like these curls will last me a really good amount of time because they're just a little bit tighter. And it just makes it really nice that, you know, so that when you want to like do half up, half down or like a cute little bun, these curls look like a little bit tighter on the bottom because sometimes with bigger irons, the bottom will fall like way faster. And so then if I'm wanting to do like a half up or something like that, these are like almost straight. So it's nice that this still gives you like a good, kind of like a tighter curl that will last for a good couple of days. So I hope that you guys enjoy and found that helpful. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video.